Greetings again everybody, and welcome back to Dark Souls 2, Crown of the Ivory King. It is time for us to descend into the co-op area of this game. Right over there we can see the co-op totems. If we want to help someone else, we could place our sign there and, well, be summoned. But today, of course, I'm not going to summon random people. I'm gonna summon an old friend. And right now I can't see shit. There's a couple more of those caskets here. There's items and some, but right now I don't care. There's nothing too special in any of them. And this is the sun, just take note of that. It is basically the only way you can determine which direction you're facing most of the time here, because the weather most of the time will be very, very bad. So let's wait here for Wayne to show up. And then we can tackle this area. Now the area itself is fairly easily traversed actually. But only if you know what you're doing. There's a couple things you just need to know, otherwise you're gonna live in a world of pain. First rule will be to always keep the sun to your right, except for the very end, which is when you want to walk straight into it. But let's, for now, just, keep the sun to our right and walk from ruined building to ruined building. It's best to wait until things have cleared up, not only so you can see things, but also, well, let's just say that things happen when you're not, when the blizzard is going. And those buildings are safe zones from that thing happening. If you walk around that building, by the way, you can get a mirror hat without the mask, which is basically Lucatiel's hat, only, well, without the mask. It's the much better looking version. It's essentially a pimp hat. Let's put it that way. So yeah, the next building unfortunately is too far away for us to make it before the blizzard starts up again. So this is that something I mentioned that will happen when the blizzard is up. Horses will spawn. These are not placed on the map actually, they just spawn once the blizzard is up. The closer we get to the end, the more horses will spawn. And right at the end, we basically have a guaranteed spawn of 3 horses, which just really sucks. But let's actually just really focus on getting to the next building as fast as possible, so we don't have to deal with another horse until then. The horses themselves aren't too difficult to deal with, honestly. The problem mainly lies in the fact that, there's a unlimited amount of them. Though you can technically despawn them, I just don't know what it takes. Yep, there's a Pharaoh's contraption here with healing water, which I already opened up. And yeah, see, this area has a nice idea, with the buildings as safe zones and bad things happening when the blizzard is up. But it's kind of poorly executed, really. I think it would work much better if this were more like a ghost town, and there was more of an incentive to actually go out other than, going places. But again, I'm no game designer. I don't actually know how to fix things. So this is our nth attempt. We have been doing this for quite a while at this point, which is why we take care of everything relatively quickly and know exactly where to go. When we started out, I had to remember a couple things from the first time I actually went through this area alone, which is a bad idea. I mean, you can get through it, no problem, but still, I wouldn't recommend it. It is possible though to just run through it and not care about any of the horse spawns and just ignore them. As long as you can reasonably avoid them, it's gonna be fine. No, this is a third and final building. So, next up we won't want to keep the sun to our right, but I actually want to walk straight into it. Or rather, we want to walk a little bit to the left of it. Because that's the only way to progress now. And this is also the part where, well, 3 horses will spawn. They will not spawn at exactly the same time, but they will all spawn during that one blizzard. And the most annoying things that those horses can do is to actually, you know, move around a lot, which they like to do. Because it's disorienting enough as it is, without them doing stuff like that. But they do stuff like that. And I'm really glad I have Wayne with me, who brought a heavy weapon to take care of those guys really quickly. Because all I have is a little pokey stick, and while it does kill things reasonably quick, it's much easier to have something that actually wrecks shit. But yeah, this is the end. Once you're here, you're basically good to go. Unless, of course, you may have a dickish red phantom invasion here and they just shoot you off this little bridge with a great arrow or something. In that case, feel free to send them an angry message or something. Some hate mail. And I'm sad to report that in my time of playing Demon's Souls, Dark Souls, and Dark Souls 2, I still have failed to actually receive hate mail. Sad, I know, but it's kind of a... It's kind of a sign that you actually done something in Dark Souls if you receive hate mail. Nice, a little pop, basically. But hey, we got this, right? All that's left now is the boss fight. Again, Sacred Oath actually powers up myself as well as allies. So it's a very good spell to use if you're doing co-op. And it helps out a lot. Because it increases defenses and the attack power. And this looks awfully familiar. We just, a few episodes ago, fought the very same guy, only in white. And this version even has less health. But oh, look at that. What did you see there, sitting on a little bit of a hill? Just outside of the arena. That's right. A second one of those cats. If you do this alone, they will die much more quickly. In fact, I did it alone once, but only once, and I think I may have gotten lucky there. But thankfully, they really do have very little health here. I think, even though this is with one phantom, so the enemies have buff defenses, Loot here still took much more damage from me attacking him than Ava did when I attacked her without any phantoms around. But yeah, the trick here obviously is to take out one of the 2 cats, preferably before the other spawns. And if the other one has spawned, it is a great idea to just focus on one and murder it. Because what I didn't know beforehand is that both of the cats will actually, from the looks of it at least, always focus on one of the both participants, or 3 participants if you have 2 phantoms. Which is cruel from the devs. But I don't mind, because this fight is actually not too bad. And I like that they kind of do a big move. If only it weren't after such a shitty area, I kind of would forgive them for recycling a boss and just, you know, make me fight 2 of the same guy. But now we got this. One of them's dead. Why should I care about the other one, really? Again, they do exactly the same stuff as when we fought Ava. Only, well, once one of the cats dead, the other one gets a little bit of a special move. And we shall be seeing that at some point, I believe, but not really. The second remaining cat can actually power up. We'll get a little bit of a reddish black glow. Not yet though. This black glow right now is just the regular glow that the cat has. And normally buffing your weapon in the middle of a fight is a very risky situation, and as you can see there, that was very risky indeed. But whenever one of the cats does a spell or something, it's the best opportunity to attack. And this is him powering up. But we could just take that as an opportunity to just wreck their shit. And after like 1,000 tries, we finally managed to beat Loot and Talon. And I never have to go through this area again. I have nothing to prove anyway. We do get their souls though. And their souls, well, they give us stuff like a weapon and a shield. And we shall have a look into that. And thankfully we don't have to walk back or anything, we can just use this ray of light to teleport right back to the bonfire. Seriously, this took so many tries. I didn't plan in like 1.5 hours for this, but let's celebrate some more since we're already here. Yeah, right. Alright, so let's have a look at the boss weapons. From their souls, we can make the Lois Greatsword and the Lois Shield. Description goes as follows: Greatsword, or Shield, of the Knights of Lois. The Knights of Lois were commanded to strike down each malformed terror that arose from chaos, and they would not hesitate, even if it were their own king. So, this shield is a pretty straightforward shield. It does what shields do. The sword, though, it has quite the unique moveset. Right now, we can't really wield it. At least not one-handed, but two-handed we can. I specifically, just to wield this, to show it off, actually invested my stats just to meet the minimum requirements for the dexterity. Yeah, it is quite the unique moveset compared to other greatswords. Because most greatswords tend to have a very similar type of swing, but this one actually doesn't. It has a two-handed thrust even, which is really nice. And its swings don't go up and down, but left and right, which can be very useful. Normally greatswords only have like a horizontal swing, either in the one-handed moveset or in the heavy attack after a thrust or a downward swing. But yeah, that's the weapons. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. Next time, we're gonna wrap things up. See ya then.